here to show you the used envelopes that you can get through the mail, or like your electric bills and stuff. And here I am showing you basically cut the top edge and always fold it like right in the center, but you're going to be cutting the other side smaller, but that's your choice and what size you want it. Also showing you paper that I put in, a little flower paper. That's for the clear plastic, so you can see the beautiful flowers showing through. So, and here's some of my flowers in my favorite paper packet, some country flower paper. These are the washi tapes that I will be using for these used envelopes. And you can use any envelope. And you could choose to reverse it or just use the front of the envelope. And here's the envelope that I got from the electric bill. You know, just junk mail or through the mail, and that doesn't have its clear plastic inside of it, so I'm basically have to make that. So here I am, just glue sticking it, and just glue stick the very top of it. Any lower, it's gonna get stuck, and yeah, that happened. And so basically fold it right in the center. As you can see, it's perfectly in the center. You can reverse it like the other one, or you can leave it like that. So I am cutting it to make it smaller on one side, like I said, on the other one. And that one's like a little smaller, but it's up to you how much you want to cut it. As you can see, I did that much on that one. But always leave one the normal length. So these envelopes are for journals. So basically you would put them in your signatures, and put different types of paper on top of it, and then you would sew it to your journal. You can also turn these into floating pockets as well. You can even cut it in the middle and literally cut in the middle and paste them onto your journals, so you can switch it up. So here's the clear plastic that I have to create. It was something I got on Christmas, some chocolates. Yum yum yum. I love these chocolates. I was thinking about them the whole time too. My mouth was watering for them. So here I am measuring. And using the double-sided sticky tape. That is the best. That works for it if you decide to. And you can use any type of clear plastic. I mean, any type of thickness, or however you want it. Like old wrapping boxes that come with the clear basket. I'm sorry. I mean the clear plastic. Hi. Okay, so I was thinking too, like when I was little, I used to get these Barbie boxes when you get Barbies, and they have all that clear plastic on there, and well, that's the type I was talking about. You can also use that. This one's really thin. So I finally got it on. And now I'm gonna be looking at some paper. That is my favorite paper. That is pretty. But I went on and decided to go on ahead and use that one because I think the orange and it just really pops. So I really enjoy making these. When I make my journals, I have a lot of writing space. I really like to leave it like an organic type look, and just a little bit of stuff here and there, and just to like run into something like this in your journal with all those papers. It's like, wow, all the, you know, the flowers and the tags and stuff, the little pockets. It's so cute. And the reason why I wanted to do this, because, you know, all this stuff is at your home. You know, if you collect paper packets of paper, this is a way to use it. You know, like, you know, I have a lot of paper packets I collected, and they just, you know, pile up and pile up. So this is a way to use these papers, you know, just, or the scraps that, you know, you used and had left over. You know, it only takes really small pieces for these envelopes, the papers. The envelopes, you can use any type of envelopes, you know, gift card envelopes. You know, you can even put in your own, you can punch out the square with a puncher. You know, I know that would be so really cool if you would like use the round puncher and then punch it and then put the glossy clear plastic. Oh, I gotta try that. Oh, I'm already coming up with ideas. And so here we have like the pocket now. And so I did punch at the top, so you can pull, you know, your papers out and stuff. And I do a reverse and repunch it again. So I guess if you wanted to do it in this way, in this method, I guess pay attention to this part where I put the paper down and then I repunch it, so you can get that effect, you know, that look. So it'd be just one side. I'm sure there's like a different way to do it. But I really love the flowers, those are pretty. So the other two envelopes I won't be doing. I'm just doing one, but I will be finishing them, and I'll be doing another video on it, showing you how everything came out and stuff. So different ideas and stuff. So here I used 3 different types of adhesive. The glue stick, and I use the regular, you know, the glue, and I think the glue tack, and then I use the double-sided tape. It doesn't matter what you use, but I do think you should have the double-sided tape at least in handy if you can. They do sell it at the dollar store, Dollar Tree. And so here is that part where I'm gonna glue it on. So when I punched it, it punched both sides of that pocket. But this is gonna fix that problem so it won't show on the other side. Measuring it here. So I was really excited to make these pockets, and I cannot wait to put them into my journals and also come up with different types of ideas. I'm really excited on doing that. I also did a new intro for my YouTube videos, and the picture of the little girl is my daughter. So the little girl in the green dress is my daughter. She's 2 years old there. She's 4 now. But it was one of my favorite pictures of her. And now I've made a pocket. And I'm making favorite paper again. So you can also make your own envelopes as well. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, just an envelope. You can also just use the papers and, you know, put them together and cut them up. If you would like, you know, cut a paper rectangle, you can get that same effect, the same thing. So, but it's kind of cool to use up old mail. Yeah. The little envelopes come out they're really nice looking when I see them. Like, I can use this every time I get through the mail, you know. So I have like a whole bunch collected now. And here's a pocket, and I hole punched it. And so the effect on the other side of the pocket now is it's just one side of a punch. So, and here I decided on the front was to stamp it, tea dyed stamp with Tim Holtz. It's like a tea dye type color. So getting all that around. I don't know if you noticed, but like at the edge of the clear plastic that I put on the envelope, you could see the double-sided tape kind of glaring on the corner there. So later on I will put a sticker to cover it. So if you have like little mess ups and, you know, imperfections, you can always cover it up with a sticker or something. So the little kind of botanical type stickers that I have. Now here I also wanted to do something that, you know, that is cheap. I was gonna paint my bathroom, and I decided to go ahead with a real light baby yellow. But I grabbed a couple of these from Home Depot and a couple other type of paints from Walmart, and I didn't want to throw them out, so I decided to put them in my journals and make tags out of them. And so these things are free. You can get these free. And so the actual pictures that I'm using is from a magazine that I ordered from Daphne's Diary, and I just cut out the pictures and I put them on there. Also too, the Home Depot has like packets of little small pictures in different paint colors. I use those pictures as well, and I think they're just so adorable. The teapot, and those are like little walnuts. And here I'm going to show you how to make a tag out of them. So here I am cutting it. And I am measuring it at the very edge of these little pencil type paint tags. And it's so cute as a little house. I think I don't know if I show it, but it's so cute, like a little picture of a house. I love that. At the very end of that tag. And I'm hole punching it. Later maybe put a string through it for my little tiny tag. And here I am showing you for the bigger envelopes. If you decide to go with the bigger envelopes, you can put those in. Or you can also cut it down. Here are my hole punchers. I punched out circles, and then I punched the corners, and it makes like a little tab. So I'm actually going to use one. And the paper that I'm gluing, I actually got that from the unboxing that I did in my last video. I think they were like tiny little pen cones. and they were like Post-it, so you can do this with any Post-it. And I'm putting it on a much, thicker cardstock in the back just to get them thicker. So you can do this with any Post-it, and I'm just cutting around it, and that way you can like write in the back. I went ahead and used like a tea-dye type thick paper. It's like a tan color. If you have tan, it looks really good. And I'm punching the sides, rounding the edges. So I have two, so I can use that for the other envelopes. And it didn't fit in there, it was too small. So I ended up just putting it in the smaller one, which looks good. And I'm putting a little tab on it. And I want to show you guys how I did those little tabs. It's so simple. And you can just put on any paper and they look as cute as that. So adorable. So I noticed the tag was just a little too tall, so I decided to cut it down. There, that's perfect. So now I'm deciding to put a picture. This is a picture of my daughter. Here she is in a Holly Hobby costume for Halloween. I dressed her up, and it's really cool. This is from my Sprocket. Took a picture of her from my phone and uploaded it to my Sprocket. And you can peel them off like stickers. It's so simple. So I'm putting her there. And another Post-it that I got from the unboxing. It's perfect. And I like that. And this is just a piece of paper for phone numbers and stuff like that. And some cardstock from the papers. And that fits perfectly at the back. And you can write on the inside too. I wasn't able to use this teapot, but I'm definitely going to be using it for the other envelopes when I show you. And so I'm cutting it down. So hopefully that you guys find this easy to make and inspires you guys to make these envelopes. I struggled here. I wanted to show the back of the paper really bad, but every paper that I had was just really big. I kind of folded this up, so the paper there is one of my printables that I have in my Etsy. I just opened up my Etsy, so that's all I have. Hope to have more stuff and sell journals and stuff like that. So barely starting out. But that's what I have is a old magazine. I think it's 100 years old, Victorian. So I made some copies of it. I went to the swap meet and found it, and paid for it. So I can make printables about it, like all the stuff that they sell on there. It's so cool. It's so different back then than how we are now. I guess their magazines were like literally the internet. And here I am with the botanical flower, and I'm going to cover up that part that I was telling you about. I don't know if you could see it, but I have an OCD, so I'll see it. If there's something there, I'll look at it. If something's uneven, I'll just keep looking at it till I cover it up. And there, perfect. So cute. But I'm definitely going to be putting something else in that part right there so you can show more. But I did that for the meantime, one of the Tim Holt cards. And so there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this. So cute. I can't wait to show you what I did with these two on the next video. I can't wait. I really love that picture. And my apples. Well, there we go. So cute. That's right. I wanted to put a sticker on the tag. So here I am trying to literally peel. I don't know if you have these stickers. I could not get that sticker off no matter what. So I did this. I put glue on it. I don't know if it sticks. I don't know if it's going to stay, but I will definitely tell you later. And there we go. Voila. I remember that. I couldn't take them off. So thank you very much.